All right, guys. Dreadnought's back today with a new review, and we're going to be taking a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse Batman versus Superman Wonder Woman figure here. Looking pretty cool in the packaging. As you can see here, it's got the Batman versus Superman logo up top. It says Collect and Connect Grapnel Blaster Replica. So that is the Build-A-Figure this time. Nice picture of Wonder Woman here on the front as well. Nothing much going on that side. And then on this side, we have the bio as usual and another nice picture of Wonder Woman. And there's a look at the back. And we have a picture of Batman's Grapnel Blaster. I'm not too impressed with that as far as a Build-A-Figure. You can see it takes 8 pieces. And we can see the other 4 figures from the wave: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Armored Batman, with figures 5 through 8 coming soon. So let's crack this bad girl open and get a look at her. All right, and here's our sexy Wonder Woman out of the package, and looking pretty cool overall. I can definitely tell Mattel tried to give some attention to detail in this figure, especially with paint and sculpting. But sadly, they missed the mark in some major areas, and we'll get to those here in a moment. So let's take a closer look.
And just jumping right in here and taking a look at this sculpting. Overall, I really think it came out really nice, especially with the paint apps and the sculpt on this figure. I think Mattel did a great job. Looking at the head sculpt first up, I think they did a nice job with the face sculpting. I know there's a rumor that this is a reused mold or sculpt from Diane Lane from the Man of Steel movie, Clark's mother. I personally don't think so. If it is, I think it works, and it's certainly possible. But I think it actually resembles Gal Gadot more than Diane Lane. But it could just be a universal or a generic head sculpt or face sculpt. Who knows? I think it came out very pretty, though, overall. I definitely like the attention to detail in it. The eyes came out really nice. There's some shading right over the eyelids. Kind of a pinkish hue that came out really well. The eyebrows look good. I really love what they did with the lips. That ruby gloss look on the lips looks really nice. The headband has some very nice gold paint apps with silver in the middle, which came out really, really nice, and I love the sculpting on that as well. Just looks really detailed. The hair came out really nice as well. Just looks super. I think they did a fabulous job with the hair. The only complaint I have really with the hair is it's a little too uniform in the back. It's kind of squared off, and I think it kind of takes away from the natural look they had going with it. It has that black with brown shading through it, which came out really, really nice. I do have one major complaint, though. It looks like they used brown plastic and then painted the face over it. And in my opinion, they should have used, more of the skin tone plastic and then painted the hair or molded it on separately, because you can see down below on the chin down here, you can see the brown plastic where the paint didn't cover it all the way. And this was, I got to choose from several, and this was the best looking one of the bunch. Most of them had brown up in the face too much, and the paint on the face didn't cover enough of the brown plastic, so you got like sideburns on the side, and they just looked really, really horrible. So that is a major complaint for me. I just think they made a wrong choice with that, especially with this very nice sculpting they did. Looking down through the chest and through the body, I think they did an awesome job with this sculpting on the uniform. I like the color red they used, and the gold is just perfect. It just came out great. We'll move that strap there. You can see all the nice lines and details sculpted into the costume. Just really, really nice. The shade of red is really nice. It's got this brown strap here. It's kind of a leather strap. Looks really good. Some nice silver and gold paint apps on the side, and the lasso gold there. I don't know if she doesn't use it much in the movie, but I was a little surprised that there's not a removable or usable lasso, but that's okay. And then same thing over here with nice gold and silver paint apps and a place for the sword. And then looking through the back, this is not removable. It's actually made into the back of the figure here. And then that strap goes through it. So, you can't take it off. That's kind of a bummer. I wish you could, because I probably would pose it without it. But anyway, looking down at the skirt, I love the shade of blue they used. It has that leather texture to it. And it has some nice gold pinstripe around the bottom here. Looks really good. The belt, same amount of sculpting with nice gold and silver paint apps. Looking through the arms here, more gold paint apps. Then down at the bottom, we've got some more silver and gold. All of it came out really, really clean. Looks really nice. Kind of a leather look on the hands here, like banded around the hands. And that looks pretty nice as well. I just think it came out really nice for sculpting and paint. Looking down through the legs, the skin tone gets a little bit different in the legs and arms than it is up on the chest, but you really can't tell the difference. Same nice gold and silver paint apps all through and through here, and even some really nice just detail in the sculpting. If you can see these lines sculpted in through here, and it's got some scuffs and it looks like it's battle worn, which looks really great. And then that same red through here, and these are kind of like binded sandals, boots or something, I don't know, because you got leather strapping all down through here, and then the skin tone showing through, which came out pretty well actually. The only parts where it gets sloppy is down here on the joints. You can see the red on the joint there, and then you can see this joint. I think they would have been better just to paint these red, and I think it would have matched up a little better, but I think they were trying to make it look like skin was showing through, and it just didn't come out well. So it's pretty sloppy down through there, where that joint's not painted, and then the red bleed over here as well. Through the bottom of the shoes though, that same leather banding, nice little gold paint apps on each button, and then the gold on the bottom, no peg holes on the bottom, and then some more silver paint apps as well. And then a look at the back, silver and gold again, just looking really, really nice. Nothing going on much up under there. So yeah, I think they did a great job with sculpting and paint. And taking a look at these accessories, I think the shield came out really nice. It's a very pliable plastic, so you can see it's misshapen. It needs some heat to get it straightened back out. But it has that nice texture on the front. Got that nice eagle or whatever sculpted in there, all black. But I definitely like all the sculpting around the edges with the symbols and the writing. Look really, really nice. That copperish gold paint. Got a little sloppy right down here on it, but for the most part, it looks pretty clean. It has that aged look to it. So I like that. And then the silver and black paint apps around the edges look really, really good. That came out really nice. And then the back as well. They didn't stop there with the paint. Nice silver paint apps on the back, and it's got that weathered look. So it's really nice. And then on the handle as well, it's got those gold brushing over the sculpting, which looks really good. It is kind of a pain in the butt to get her hand in there, and you kind of have to press her finger in, and I've done it a couple times, but then trying to get her hand to actually hold it is another story in itself, and that's about as good as I can get. It doesn't get all the way up on there, but she will hold it somewhat, like so. So, it's okay. I just wish they'd done a little better with how the handle worked in relation to the figure. And then also she came with a nice sword. You can see there, it looks really nice. Made in China right on the front. That's kind of a bummer. I'm not sure why they had to put that there, but it does have some nice sculpting in it. And you can see here it's got some symbols, and it's got some inlay in there with, almost looks like a little black paint app or brushing over there. The hilt came out really nice. It's black, but it has a blue tone over it, like a blue brushing, which gives it a really unique look. And then it has some nice gold paint apps here and here, and then more of a grayish black on the tip down here. And it fits in her hand pretty well, like so. Yeah, and she can hold that really well. So yeah, looks good. No other accessories. It did come with one Build-A-Figure piece, and it's the base for the grapple gun. It looks very cheap, very flimsy. So I really can't make a judgment on this from just this. And as we take a look at articulation, this is where Mattel really missed the mark, and it's a real bummer how bad the articulation is on this figure. As far as head movement, there is none. The head is pretty much stationary. It does bobble around a little bit up there, but I've been unable to turn it. It feels like it's locked, and it doesn't feel like the hair is what's hindering it. It just feels like it's not meant to move. It can't move down, can't move up. It can't really do anything. It seems like it's on a stationary joint or something up there. So no head movement. The arm moves up that much, which is nice. Does rotate all the way around. Has that upper bicep swivel up there. Single jointed elbows, and they don't rotate. No hinge on the hand, but they do swivel around. No ab crunch at all. It does have waist rotation, which looks a little funky when you're using it. The hips have that Mattel, weird crotch movement at the hips. But they're still hindered by the skirt, so you can't really even get them out that far, and it gives that weird open look underneath. It does have upper leg rotation. which is nice, but then it has a single jointed knee. You can get 90 degrees out of it. No cut on the calf, and then the foot just has a hinge, moves up like so, down like so. No rocker at all, which is just tragic. And then no swivel on the foot as well. So just a real bummer on articulation, and it just really stinks to have such a nicely sculpted figure with no articulation.
And here's our Wonder Woman compared to a couple of her counterparts. We had the new 52 from DC Collectibles version over here on the right. And then we've got our DCU Classic Superpowers version here on the left. And our movie version is measuring in at right about 6 1/4. And here she is compared to a little Marvel Legends Girl Power. And you can see she kind of scales in between Valkyrie over here on the right and Miss Marvel here over on the left. And just for some weirdness, here she is next to Cap versus Kylo Ren. And wrapping up here, overall, I really like the look of this figure. I think she came out beautiful. I like all the attention to detail Mattel gave with the sculpting. You know, all the nice little lines and sculpted detail in here just look really great. The paint apps are very clean on the figure for the most part. The only real shortcoming I would have to say with the painting and the sculpt of the figure is in the head sculpt and how they handle that. You know, with the brown showing under the chin, or in too many cases that brown showing on the face. I really wish they would improve the process there. But overall, I think the big shortcoming with the figure in general was with the articulation. I feel like, you know, if it had been improved over articulation we had seen in the past, we probably could have had one of the best figures Mattel had put out in quite a while on their hands. And I hate that they missed the mark there, and this one fell short. I can't really rate the figure a buy based on the limited articulation. I actually feel like it kind of took a step backwards from what we've even seen with the DC Universe Classics. And I think it's at a time when Mattel really should be improving articulation and going forward and not backwards. So anyway, that's just my opinion. I know for you guys that really are looking forward to this Batman versus Superman film, it may be a must-have for you. And the verdict's still out a little bit for me on whether I'm excited to see this movie or not. Time will tell. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If so, please give me a big thumbs up. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Plenty more content coming up. And Facebook, Twitter, Toy Art links in the description below as always. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.